Right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Explorers of the Unknown. Last we left off, the party essentially traveled outside the dome and docked back at the Knights of Altara's headquarters and went about their day, like walking around the base, learning, showing the new crew what's what and how you get about stuff. And since we've passed that, you guys are now on your way to a war meeting to discuss how to deal with the enemy airship from the Divide. So, I'm not sure where you guys are at this moment. Are you guys on the airship or are you in the base?
I am in the base in the training room.
Okay, what about the rest of you?
I would be on the airship.
Okay.
I
Come.
will be on the base meeting room.
Okay. Essentially, at some point, Udira, you hear over the loudspeakers that a message goes out, presumably from Thias. Attention all senior staff, please report to the meeting room. You're fairly certain this is the war meeting that you were talking about.
Ooh. Okay, I make my way there.
I will need to inform you though that your two other companions that are not on the airship would not have received this notice.
Yeah, but they know that there's a meeting at 3 o'clock.
Assuming you don't forget.
Oh, okay.
Freeze-
I
Then
keep an eye on the time.
I'm
so
not their
Freeze
mother.
would not. Freeze would
Okay,
not.
good. All right, so as you all arrive to the meeting room, you will see that surprisingly, everyone is on time. And you three are the latest arrivals.
Nice.
All right, let me pull out your token so you all can decide where to sit down.
Sit.
Me.
If I sit, I can't see.
Don't worry, they've generously provided cushions on the corner of the room.
Awesome.
We
Alright,
need
hang on.
a booster seat.
Let's
I might need double booster seat.
Hey.
There we go.
Here. Hey.
I'm here.
I'm gonna sit here.
Where
Okay.
do I put my? Wait, how do I
Wait.
drag out the token again?
It's already down here, bro.
Nani?
Just down there. Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
there. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Might as well just sit here.
Why am I? Why are you looking there?
You need to hold Alt.
You have the whole because it's not centered.
It's not centered. Yep.
Okay, there we go.
All right. So as you arrive into the meeting room, some of you for the first time, Udira, this is your second time. You see that the meeting table, it's filled with a number of documents, slates, and cards for some reason. You can see that Fleury has a few gold on the table that is pushed towards her end, and the elf that is directly opposite her does not have anything on his table besides a few cards, and he looks very, very nervous. All right.
I come in, I see this, and I'm like, you look like you all had fun.
You can see only the two of them nod their head. Everyone else is merely looking over documents and whatnot. All right, so arrayed from here and going around a clockwise motion, you see is Tribune Thias. He looks a bit uncomfortable that he's sitting in the captain's seat now. Directly next to him, you see an elf that is clad in white armor with his helmet placed on the table. Next to him, you see an elf dressed in a bluish outfit. You see that she has her eyes perpetually closed and a smile permanently etched on her face. You're not sure what she's reading, but you do see several books. You see several books laying in front of her as well as a slate. Next to her is Master Lyrie, the moon elf that Frisk asked to train the Divide member. She, for some reason, is holding on to the researcher's hand. Well, one of her hands anyway. Next up, you see on the top table is a representative of each of the major combat forces that are present on the airship. You see Sergeant Fergus, that's representing Imesh. You see Fleury, which is representing the Herbion Kingdom. Fiovra Tolkar, who's representing the Hikari Empire. Over here, Deltas, you see one of your kinsmen. You see Cleric Nathaniel, who is representing not the Linesi kingdom. In fact, there he's actually representing the whatchamacallit? The non-combatants aboard the vessel. You see another elf, more tan this time, Miss Walker Joning, who's representing the United Provinces of Teclis. Then you have Sierra, who's representing the SCP Foundation. You see, most of them are talking to each other or going about their own business, waiting for you all to arrive. So, as you all take your seat, you see Tribune Thias look over to you and gesture for you to go on.
I look around.
Look,
And
we look around and figure out.
I essentially make eye contact with every person before this starts. And then I see that Thias is uncomfortable being in a position of alleged captain.
Not that loud. It's more of he's uncomfortable sitting in a seat that long ago, like he didn't earn this seat, I should say. Like he's been forced into this role because he is the most senior officer at the moment.
Well, shut up and deal with it.
He didn't even say anything yet.
What
In my head,
What
I
kind
say that
of-
in my head. Well, shut up and deal with it.
what kind of discomfort is it? Is it like imposter syndrome?
I wouldn't say it's a bit of that, but it's mostly anxiety about, am I gonna do this well? I feel I'm gonna fuck this up.
Basically, the
okay, imposter
nervousness
syndrome.
of being a leader for the first time, like an official, high-ranking leader, where he gets that seat where everyone looks and listens to him.
Pretty much. He looks extremely uncomfortable in that seat.
I just look over to him and just say, "Don't worry, you'll get used to this."
He looks at you, he doesn't lick you, he looks at you and he gives you a he pulls over some documents and does the tuck to arrange them and sets them on the table. Alright everyone, welcome to our first general meeting after our post-enslavement. We're all gathered here because our new benefactors have asked us to deal with a matter, and he gestures towards the three of you currently in presence. For some reason, the other two members of your team are not here.
They are fine.
They are fine.
They are currently undisposed with another task at hand, and they will
Yep.
return within a month,
Well,
maybe two.
depends if they return dead or alive.
That
You-
will remain to be seen as well.
You see the entire table going not.
No.
First of all,
You
I would like
see-
to congratulate all of you for being here. It's been a difficult journey for most, especially Tribune Thias, who has taken up the position of captain of this ship.
You see he stands up and gives a small bow, to which most of the crew give us not a slight a polite applause.
All
Polite.
of you here are holding very significant positions amongst our people currently, and I am appreciative of that as well. To the task at hand, and then I'm assuming everybody has like a copy of the minutes of the meeting.
Essentially, yeah, everyone has some form of paper. They're taking down their own notes or something, but yeah, they do have the minutes.
This is regarding our current job, our current expedition. It's to aid in the return of Captain Sierra's people. That is the primary objective. However, there are several other things that needs to be seen to as well, but it depends on whether we can make it to their ship in one piece and on time. Frisk has let me know that unfortunately us being out here is at a disadvantage because that ship has sailed into the dome. Frisk, can you give us more information, please? And then I sit down.
Yes. Currently, I am not Frisk. just so you all know.
Correction. Chara.
Thank you
You-
very much.
You see confused faces about the room.
You all will understand in due time, but here is the brief understanding. So, as I have, and I pull out a helmet that is a size bigger than my own, a humanoid helmet of the divide, and place it on the table. I have made a makeshift tracking device back to its origin. Well, the ship that it is commanding them. They have just recently, a day ago, re-entered the dome. And to my understanding, this ship is currently above the one of Herbion's kingdom land.
You can see Flurry's face in particular looks a bit concerned now. Was that it? Okay, that was it.
Oh no! Sorry. It was lagging. It was
You just
lagging.
mute yourself. I was like,
That's
what?
why I was like, what?
No.
Lag.
If you see me mute for this current duration, as long as I mute means that there is a lag and I was cut off for some
Okay.
odd reason. So okay.
Okay, that's
So-
fine. Go on.
So I hear Fluid has an expression going on, right?
She has a concerned expression on her face.
Okay. So if we look at the if we look at the map of inside the dome, it will be at the northwards area of the Herbian Kingdom, the one that is away from the mainland. That is where they are coming in from, which is the same direction Fluorate will know that we exited from previously.
Flurry gives you a nod and then she speaks up. That's a bit close towards the capital, isn't it?
Last I checked, it was on the island.
Well, that's not exactly good news, but I guess it's somewhat comforting. And she backs back down, to which one of the other representatives speaks up. The Dragonborn Tolka speaks up.
Mhm.
So what are you... What? Okay, hang on. I need to get into character for a second.
Cons.
Bring the bunny.
Can I bring
So-
the? Can I? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh no.
What you're saying is you want us to risk our lives on what exactly? What is the goal here?
I look at him directly and I go, we'll be going in. What you can do, depending on what you feel your specialties are, would be up to you. What we'll be doing is to try and infiltrate the ship and get as much intel as possible. At the same time, if we can get rid of them, that would be lovely. This is not
Joni-
a
This calls
one-off ship.
Yadira, isn't that what we call search and destroy?
Sure,
Oh shit.
but this is not a one-off ship. We assume this is one of many. Seems that whatever they are, this is their modus operandi. This is how they take over.
I see.
Chara raised her hand.
Yes, Chara.
Okay, so a little bit more about the info. The ship that we are currently looking for, and you all will know this name, is from the Divide.
You see half the table, this side of the table, mostly confused. The top half is like,
The other side,
yeah, this side here. The
Yeah.
area mostly filled with moon elves,
yep.
confused.
Okay.
Everyone else up here is like, okay, expected.
So it's expected to something to happen. Understandably, if you are not able to be in combat or not willing to, we are not forcing you to do so. There are stuff here on the ship that needs to take care of still.
Yep.
But
Like if you feel like you are not capable for this kind of a major combat, you can sit out, basically.
Nathaniel speaks up. Well, if you're planning to bring the vessel, we won't have much of a choice. The non-combatants aboard the ship don't have anywhere else to go.
That's the thing. We don't have to bring the vessel if we don't need to.
How do you plan to get back into the dome without this vessel?
There are ways that the Knights of Altara have.
So you'll be going in alone? And he looked underneath the helmet. He hasn't taken off his helmet, by the way. You
Yeah.
can assume his voice sounds concerned, and you can see the rest of the table agree as well.
Well, at the moment,
Gathered concerned.
at the moment, we don't exactly know what the ship looks like. Inside, anyway. We had an experience with it. And then I'm going to do a minor illusion, of the ship the last we saw it when I tried to explode it with shatter, but that didn't work.
Anti-magic field, yeah.
You can see the whatchamacallit? You can see the the moon elves leaning a bit closer to have a look at it. Prefect Horror speaks up. That looks like a lot of firepower for us to handle. I doubt our ship can match a one-on-one fight with it.
Which is why
I want to speak up that this will be a bad idea because that ship is made for war and it cargoes a lot of infantry and heavy weaponry.
Ordnance.
You can see that Horror looks a bit insulted at the implication that the vessel you're on is not a war vessel as well.
No, well, Fritz doesn't know.
Horith. Oh yeah, I look at Horith and I'm like, this might be a war vessel, but not like this. They're prepared to take everyone down. Out of character, those the creepy things, they still exist? No?
No, right? I think GM says that he's going to rectify it.
Wait, what?
Right,
What?
The Resident Evil looking creature that we fought in under the
Oh, those.
temple.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, we
no.
rectified it, right? Yeah.
Okay,
Rectified.
so
No more.
Wait,
so-
do we have like a reference picture for the vessel that we are going after?
Yep. Hang on.
Mm.
All of this probably came from my side anyway, so I think just search Discord for it. Anyway, go on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I show this vessel and I'm like, given the situation, we don't know if we can teleport in or out, but we think we do have access to somebody inside. Sierra, your friend. Out of character, what's the
She-
friend's name again?
Huntress.
Huntress, yeah. Huntress, was it?
She gives you a nod.
I pull out my stone that I use to keep spells. There's a spell I keep in this for emergencies, aside from healing. You can essentially send 25 words to her and she can reply with 25 back, assuming it doesn't get blocked.
She gives you a nod, and immediately, Fleury speaks up. I need to remind you all that using the sending spell from outside the dome to inside the dome will have some interference due to the dome itself.
Which is why we'll do it when we're inside the dome. But that doesn't stop the fact that they do have some kind of magical
I do want to say something else because I assume that some people would not remember this, but oh shit, why the
What
hell?
just happened?
I'm sorry. That might be me. Okay. Um their ships all have communication jamming for certain radius. And going in might even already be a problem, not less let alone just crossing the dome through sending. We might not even send a message to
Which is
hundreds.
why that is one of the things that we'll try. For the rest, I would like to defer to all of you with your expertise.
All right, so Tribune Thias looks over at you first. Well, if you plan to infiltrate the airship, you need a means of getting close. If the vessel is above water, that poses as a significant issue. The
If-
vessel on the water seems to be rather noticeable, not to mention your will seems to have some sort of fixation about not going into the water. At least not in open seas, anyway.
Yeah. Well, the vessel is aloft, but it will not be like surfing on top of the water. It will be a flying airship as well.
And there's a very good reason why there are barely any ships on the water surface.
He gives you a nod. Well, the question still remains: what is your means of insertion? What do you have in mind? We do have several landing craft available, but without this vessel in close proximity, they won't be much of use. They'll run out of fuel before they get to your destination.
We have dragons and a griffin.
And we also have our landing crafts. Don't forget that.
He was talking
he-
about the landing crafts.
He was talking about it.
yeah.
Oh,
If there's a way, first of all, we can get near them, assuming they're still aloft, without being seen, would be good. Second of
The
all,
mis-
we're going to need Fleuret and her people, because it is very near Hiberon Kingdom, and I'm very sure they're not willing to have this kind of insurgency coming in anytime soon.
Flurry gives you a nod while Jonik the Mistwalker speaks up. Shit, what accent should I use for this guy? Well, if you require stealth, I'm fairly certain me and the Mistwalkers can do something about that.
Would you like to join us?
He gives a shrug. Well, beat sitting here losing to this girl, and she nods her head at Flurry.
A nod.
Ah.
Well, that's one. Is there a way we can communicate to each other using a secure signal?
Thias speaks up. Well, the engineers of this vessel tend to use some form of, they tend to use a secure uplink to talk to each other. However, that has a rather limited range of less than a kilometer.
And I also want to say that I'm not sure if the ship's technology surpass the communication gem technology yet, because as long as if we are in a certain radius of the ship, we are definitely going to get gem, as I think Uhira had understand last time when we encountered their people.
Fleury weighs in and explains that the divide jamming technology isn't really a jam on magic itself, but certain wavelengths of magic, specifically sending message or whatnot, the spells are used for communication. And you can
But
see
last time we used something like that was having like a lot of static, right?
yes, correct.
Yeah, okay.
All right. You see the moon elves seem a bit concerned about this fact, but they don't say anything.
Mhm.
If there's anything in anybody's mind, please do speak up so that we all, can chime in on the situation, and we might have a better insight on how to have a better approach at the situation.
I had an idea, but I don't know if it works. So let my other brain speaks for itself for a moment. The thing is that we have divide soldier on our side here. Not sure how many of them are still in the know of the divide, but I know one that I recently took into the ship that is, well, let's just say he crossed over to our side, but he was once part of the member in the ship that we are currently looking for. So I was thinking to put him as an inside man if we can manage to steal some small craft for him to land back in, communicate with their people.
Flurry speaks up, having been one of the only people here who have experiences with Divide.
Mhm.
Don't the Divide usually consider soldiers AWOL longer than a certain period of time as traitors?
I haven't been in there for so long. I'm not really sure.
If that's the case, I don't think your ally, and he gives you a nod, would be of much help. Chances are they'll shoot upon sight seeing him.
Right, understandable.
Wait,
But
wait,
there is one thing I do want to say that in that ship, based on what I have gathered information before this mission even started, there are quite a few people. Well, few is a small word. Quite a number of people that has the same ideology of what my divide friend is about, because of how the engineer has changed how the system works.
Sergeant Fergus speaks up. You can see his armor clanks a bit as he sits up straighter. Are you saying you're trying to incite a rebellion?
I already am.
I mean, aboard that ship.
Oh, right, yes.
That's a pretty bold idea. It could work, assuming we can talk to the crewsmen aboard.
But that also have to, if we can find their secure communication.
He gives you a nod, and you can see this lady, the art researcher Elena, stand up. Her eyes are still closed, and she still has a smile plastered on her face, and she starts speaking. Well, if you require someone to crack the communications, I'll be sure to help you.
I nod.
Yeah.
You see her speaking with a very, very, very soft voice. She is barely legible to you. You can only hear her mainly because you're directly opposite her.
I look at her and I'm like, we'd appreciate all the help. How soon can you get on this? I'm thinking this would be some kind of two-prong approach where a smaller group will go in for the infiltration, and then a second group will come in if things go tits up.
That is a sound strategy, in my opinion. Deltas chimes in. But what are the odds that the first group doesn't get shot up?
Well, we're going to defer to Yannick to be good at his abilities.
Fair enough.
Johnny gives you a nod.
So basically, the idea is first group goes in, get as much info as possible. If things go south, secondary group, which is probably going to be on the outside, will be on standby to go in and assist.
I'm thinking if a secondary group does need to come in, it would have to be a situation where it's a drop off, and then this ship will have to leave to not get hit by whatever firepower they have.
Looking at the image that you conjured earlier, Udira, you realize after looking at it in slightly more detail, there seems to be a lack of weapons on that ship, even though it's ridiculously large.
I look at it further and I'm like, how used to this kind of ship am I now since I've been working with the Knights of Altara?
Very not much information is known. This style of airship is exclusive only to the Divide Empire, and the Knights of Altara's experience with them is rather limited as well. Mostly ground forces, not too many airships.
From my time with what's his face, Marcus, would
Yep.
he know about this?
He would tell you that
Uh-huh.
he tells you that he doesn't know much, but he does know that the ship's struts, not the struts, sorry, the support beams that go around the entire ship is inlaid with some form of crystal. He assumes is used for energy projection.
Unless the entire ship itself is a weapon.
Yeah, energy projection as in like a
Energy shield,
Like-
probably.
yeah,
Do
the
you
shield,
do
or-
you speak this out?
I'm currently in the process of thinking about it, and then I do speak out. But is it like a shield, or like for talking, or
Are you
or
asking
scary?
me?
Yeah,
Or
I'm
are you
asking player to DM.
A player to DM, he's not sure. That's all he tells you. He just tells you that it's for energy projection, whether offensive or defensive, he's not sure.
Okay, I'm going to see this, and then Udira is going to look at Thias.
Mhm.
With the image, and then she goes, correct me if I'm wrong, but does this look like it would have weapons? I mean, it is very large. However, I don't see any ballistas, cannons.
DM.
Yeah.
By this point, would I have any idea of the ship, even in early alpha projects of the airships that the Divide was using?
The early versions of this vessel had hard mounted cannons on the hull. This ship does not have cannons.
Not even single cannons can be sighted at a site.
No cannons are sighted at all. Fleury speaks up.
Mhm.
No, Thias speaks up first. Well, looking at the vessel itself, the array does look like our own shield array system, but it is far too centered, and he points towards like certain parts of the area. You can see here that the gem strips are here, and it goes about this angle. It doesn't cover the entire ship. If a shield system were to cover the entire ship, these strips would have to cover everything, unless technology is different for them, of course. You can see
Is there a way to put this image onto the big screen, by the way?
Fires literally grabs the projection from the air and pushes it into his slate. And it's now displayed on the screen.
Nice.
Let's just shove it in.
Wait, hold on. Do we have slates? Does everybody have slates?
Everyone would have been issued a slate at some point. Whether you all know how to use it is a different story lah.
I look at him and I'm like, I'm going to probably need like you for 1 hour to teach me everything.
He gives you a nod, and Fleury, holding up her slate now, she points at the crystalline hard points, and she says, I'm fairly certain those are weapon emitters. And she taps on the slate a few times, and the video shows up. Okay, this is going to be an image of Star Trek. Okay, it is not what I have because this was the closest thing I could find.
Okay,
But
so-
essentially, imagine this is the Divide ship firing its weapons, okay? Now let me grab the picture.
It's
The
the
gifs.
two lines, isn't it?
No. It's like this. As soon as it's done processing, of course.
Wow.
Something tells me it does like an AoE blast.
Can you load faster, please?
No,
Upload
cannot.
failed. None.
Ha 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 ha.
No.
Anyway,
Hang on.
okay. While that's happening, I'm sort of watching the faces of people who know the divide, and I'm particularly interested in what Sierra is emoting.
Sierra looks very concerned. Ah, there we go. It's sent.
Oh
It's-
shit!
it's,
They already
it's the
have
beam.
beam technology.
Yeah. The attacker.
They have beam technology. Fuck you, Divide.
Yeah.
I didn't know the divide was this advanced.
Their king is their emperor or whatever the tyrant is called the engineer. What do you expect?
They have a pew pew.
Well,
Yeah,
even
pew
you
pew.
were confused. What is this, Chara? That what is this? That they ended up getting beam technology.
Well, I didn't know they have beam technology. Last I saw they still using cannons.
I
So-
put my
No,
hand
they
down
now
and I'm
have
like,
beam
both of
technology.
you, please. Now is not the time for panic.
Oh no, we're not panicking. We're just having a casual. What is this? Small
Now
minor
is
argument.
not the time for whatever it is you're having.
Flurry
Anyway,
coughs into a
yes.
fist. I'll have to point this out that this is the only known instance of a Divide vessel using these sorts of weapons against our ships, and it was only that one battle. Every other Divide vessel we've seen so far still have cannon hardpoints.
So it has to be a prototype edition, like a prototype version.
Basically, she tells you that when this ship came onto her senses, it was a rather small vessel, about the size of a gunboat. It tore apart two of our cruisers in seconds.
Hmm.
And this is a massive vessel. Imagine what kind of damage it can dish out.
I don't think this is a prototype anymore. This might be their
This might
Main
be
ship.
their ace in a key carrying a nuke and whatnot.
I'm going to look at Thiast. Sort of pointing both to Fleuret and Thiast. Fleuret, you
He
have
looks-
experience in this. Thiast, you unfortunately have experience with who the Divide are working with.
Matthias is still mesmerized at the image of a tiny gunboat that is 1/5 the size of a Herbian Kingdom cruiser get mowed down by this tiny ship.
Bias.
No, he's looking at it and he's like, I am not certain if our shield system can withstand up to that. The hull might be able to take a hit or two, but I'm not sure how long it will last.
Which is why it's best to keep this ship under wraps. If we do need, again, to drop off secondary reinforcements, this ship will have to leave quickly.
He gives you a nod, and Fleury speaks up. Well, honestly, we don't have much intel on this particular weapon, but what our majors have been able to tell, well, before their vessels got cut to shreds, was that it's some form of disintegration beam, probably burning hands, but amplified.
I nod. We have
Suffice-
several. Mm-hmm.
Suffice to say, this sort of vessel would need a tremendous amount of power, and during that engagement, it destroyed 2 of our vessels, and the other 6 vessels within the fleet opened fire. That small vessel did not return fire at all. Presumably, it had only enough energy to fire 2 bursts.
So what you're saying is, if we can go in undercover and destroy whatever it is that's powering them up, there would be a
It's
chance for
technically
you
useless.
to come in and not
Or-
be damaged. Or
She gives you a nod.
Or we can take over the ship, and if the riots go according to plan, that is, then we can use it for our own advantage.
She shakes her head again and she goes, well, what my idea was that we take one of the landing vessels and strafe the ship, you making sure that it expends all of its energy trying to shoot us down, and then afterwards, when it's expended all its energy, we come in with the main ship.
But that requires an very excellent pilot.
And
She
and we have
gives you
to- Oh, sorry. Deltas just jumps in. And what are the odds that they will end up missing the shots?
well, cruisers of the Herbarian Kingdom are known to be very bulky, very heavy, and very slow. A dragon rider, or perhaps one of the smaller landing vessels we have, could easily outmaneuver those weapons. And she
enough.
gestures back towards the screen where the playback is still going on. You can see there is a noticeable 10-second charge up time, and the beams, when retargeting, are very slow.
Here's the other thing. Out of character, I think it was Thais who pointed out there's gaps in shielding.
Correct.
Thais, you mentioned there were gaps in shielding. Can you outline those locations, please?
All right. He points out literally the entire top side of the airship. There
That
doesn't
is
seem to be any strips going around this location, so presumably they'll be blind to attacks from above, and they probably have to reorientate their vessel if they want to shoot at us if we're coming from above.
From what I remember of the anti-magic field,
Mm-hmm.
was that just the front?
it was just the bottom, right?
It was just the bottom.
Yeah.
From
Okay.
what you all know, lie anyway, you didn't
Yeah.
really have the luxury to test it from the top.
Yeah, that's true, because Shatter is also very small, so...
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to hit the
bridge.
front,
Oh,
yeah, the bridge.
Yep.
Not smart, but did a thing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
okay, because this is from my memory, so I can't really know what is on top because we saw it from the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
What are the chances of doing any reconnaissance?
Not Thais, sorry. Torif speaks up. Well, I have 3 pathfinders ready for duty at a moment's notice, but they'll require vessels to go on. And you can see Sergeant Fergus also speaks up. My men have limited range for our jump packs, but if we can get within close enough, we should be able to do adequate reconnaissance.
Can we put some kind of invisibility on the dragons?
What do I call it? Jonik speaks up. Me and my men can do that, assuming we're close enough.
I think they would be quick and safe, and they won't run out of gas. Anyway,
He gives you a
Uh,
nod.
I guess you can use the small landing craft when we are back in the dome, because there's no way we are going to crush the ship with just going through the dome.
what? Out of character, what?
Yeah, I am also
Right.
confused.
We will use the small landing craft when we get back into the dome. If we know, like, when we figure out where do we want to be at, and not just out here just go straight in inside to the dome, just crush the ship in, something like that.
Huh?
Well, I think what he's trying to say is that once we get back into the dome, they'll use the landing craft as a scout vessel because we can't really risk the big ship.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. That was not in the papers at all. Like we're trying to keep the ship as far away from those laser beams as possible.
Yeah.
Which is why we're using the dragons. Because
Fleury speaks up at this point. Well, the Dragon Riders are ready. She says not only is the Dragon Riders ready, every single Herbarian Kingdom combat element is ready for duty as well. We just need to
Already?
get within the dome.
Huh.
Well, I mean, it has been 2 months.
that's true.
That's true. Okay.
She looks well. Currently, we have 2 dragon riders, 2 actual dragons, and a griffin. I unfortunately am terrible with heights.
You can see you see Fleury and the Miss Walker snicker a bit.
10 out of 10. Sierra as well, who had to, I think,
Oh yeah,
literally
Sierra's
team
like,
carry.
it's like pick you up my furniture, move you back to the corridor, and sit you down.
pretty much.
I think Frizz would remember as well because there was a griffin ride at one point during a time.
Oh yeah.
No, this Frizz would also have seen Udira sort of slide down in the first boat trip. You know, the boat that was
right,
carried
I
by the
remember
dragon,
that.
and
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
just like, no.
Yeah, I remember you hungered down. Yeah.
No, this real bad. And then she goes, so we'll do some kind of reconnaissance to see if there's any way to get in through the top, because there's no shielding up top. Once we can make sure that there is none, then we'll have a infiltration team go in to shut down whatever power they need to juice up their version of cannons.
Tolka speaks up now. If you require a fast vessel, the Hikari Empire will be more than willing to donate some of its fastest frigates. And he's gonna show a picture of a vessel on the screen, which I need to find because I didn't prepare this beforehand. Give me 1 second.
It's okay.
You see the Hikari Empire's version of an airship. It is very small, but it is also very noticeable.
Is it a dragon?
It's
It's not a
literally a
dragon.
dragon boat.
It's definitely a dragon.
No, it's not a dragon, I swear. It is not a dragon.
It's a phoenix.
No.
Oh, anything fire related mystical creature I haven't said.
I remind you all, this nation is basically based on Japan and China.
Yeah, so
So
that's
you
why
shouldn't You should be
mystical-
surprised when I put this picture down.
God damn it, a lantern!
Okay.
A
So, yes.
lantern! God damn.
How fast does it go?
Based on the image, it doesn't look fast.
Relevant to what Delta said.
Tolka will speak up. This vessel is used to escort wings of dragon riders, so it can keep up pace with them.
Wait, how fast is Dragon Rider? Let me check.
Dragon's
you have
80
to
feet,
act.
right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, dragons are
Oh,
80
right.
feet per round, I think.
Let me look at the feet dragon rider.
Wait,
Yeah,
so-
I need to check that.
The young dragon riders can fly 50 feet in a turn.
So
So yeah, it can keep up pace with them.
Mm-hmm.
He speaks again. It is very noticeable, but they're insane. They're very fast. They also have light armaments if the situation calls for it.
What can you do to make sure that it can withstand being attacked by those things? At least take 1 or 2
Unfortunately-
hits.
Unfortunately for us, armor isn't our strong suit. We rely on agility to evade enemy shots.
I look at Fleury.
Fleury looks a bit concerned looking at the fucking lantern as an airship.
I was thinking this can be
Ah.
used to bring in the reinforcements. The cleanup crew.
Oh, if you say that, Tolka will immediately speak up. That is not a wise idea. That airship only has space for a complement of 3, including the
Oh.
driver and 2 gunners.
In that case, I'm afraid we might have use for this for another exhibition.
Gives you a nod.
Hmm.
Fleury speaks up now. Well, the Herbian Kingdom can probably... No, sorry. She says, I can probably pull some strings to get our frigates into this, but I'm going to be completely honest. Our frigates are not as fast as the Hikari Empires. And I'm fairly certain our ships cannot withstand those beams any more than they can.
The most important thing is that we get people in to shut down their systems.
So there will be few people flying. Well, the distraction and the one that is going to drop whoever is going to infiltrate it.
Prefect Horror speaks up. If I recall correctly, your world employs shrinking technology, yes?
Oh yes. Though it not really common actually, the shrinking technology, but they are being used.
Well, if that's the case, is it possible to engulf an entire shuttle in set magic and shrink it down so it's less noticeable?
Shit, how big is how I know my spell can get that big. Let me check.
The light landing vehicle would be considered a huge creature.
Okay, so let me check the description for a bit, because I'm definitely sure I can even string a legendary dragon if he's willing to be stringed.
I think
Oh my god.
I think for enlarge reduce is one size smaller.
Yes, but it is still smaller.
If it's
I
if it's a
mean-
large creature, it will be no. If it's a huge creature, it will become large.
Fire speaks up. Before the collapse of our empire, we were experimenting with dampening fuel technology, but unfortunately, those whatchamacallit, those prototypes have been lost. They have either been destroyed or they are lost in space. If we were to recover them, I wager that we should be able to have enough to fit onto a small shuttle.
Okay, so Frizz, well, Chara will speak out that we do have the runes to do the entire ship, but that would cost time because, well, the ship doesn't have the runes inscribed yet to string the ship. But there's a thing. If I use the spell that our world have, it would work, but it is limited amount of time. I don't even know it will be enough, which is 1 minute.
The
Before
arch
before you-
researcher Alenia speaks up.
Hmm?
We have one problem with that. Our tests so far with runes, as you call them, have yielded unfruitful results. It appears us using source magic directly contradicts runes.
Well, I guess our magic here is different, and I can use runes. I have been using runes to make all my items and such.
Master Lyrie speaks up.
Hmm?
I think you're misunderstanding what Alenia is trying to say. I
Really?
think what she's trying to say is that if you were to put runes onto our shuttle would not be able to fly anymore.
Oh. Right. Okay. Then the spell usage it is then.
She gives you a nod. If you require a frontliner for this mission, I'll be more than willing to volunteer my expertise. You see, you're not entirely sure what Master Lyrie does, by the way. You know for a fact she's an arcane warrior, whatever that means to them.
Hmm?
And she's dressed like a mage. Like she's dressed in robes.
Well, we know for a fact there's Eldritch Knight, so might be something like that.
Okay,
But yeah.
so we have how many wizards? Like 5.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
And
One of each school,
around
yes.
around them, one of them at least has teleport, right?
I need to check, but let me have a look. because the reason
I think
you have
teleport is-
learned during the 2 months that these people, well, the wizards anyway, were there not for combative purposes. They were there for their expertise, and besides the evocation wizard, of course. Evocation wizard doesn't do anything else, just blow shit up. But they're mainly there for their own expertise. So the illusion mage is there is to make illusions and whatnot. Like basically, you get the general gist of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Teleport, you can ask, but a bit unlikely lah. A bit.
I would have squared that off within the 2 months. Like, what are your abilities?
Okay,
So
I'm
I
gonna
have some
roll
kind of
D100.
roster.
I'm gonna roll D100 and see if any one of them has teleportation.
42.
What is the actual name for the teleportation spell?
There are
Teleport.
3. There are several.
Okay. I know there's Gate, which is a level 9 spell.
no.
No,
it's-
definitely not.
There's
Gate.
a
There's
teleportation
circle. There is
Yeah, that one.
teleportation. Hang on. 5e. You know what? 5e tools. Let's go.
5e2s is working now, so why not, right?
Yes. Wait.
I think the other one
The
is
normal teleport is level 6. I think.
It's level 7 actually.
Ah. Teleport.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back.
Teleport is conjuration. Teleportation circle is also conjuration.
Okay, yeah. The Conjuration Wizard would have the 7th level teleport spell.
Oh, okay. She's gonna speak up. One of the wizards have the teleportation spell.
You can see the table nods, although the Spelljammer crew look a bit confused. But go on.
That is not on the cards yet, but it might be helpful to have on the table. Just in case there's some way to use it to quietly have us appear on the ship or inside of the ship. Especially if one of them has scrying and can identify location immediately. And we can shut off their shields.
Flurry speaks up again. I'm sorry, is it Frisk or Chara right now?
currently is Chara.
Chara, can I speak with Frisk for a moment?
Inside or directly?
Wait, what?
Never mind, I'm just joking.
She looks confused, and you see the rest of the table is even more confused.
And
They're
then
like, what?
and then Chara closed her eyes and yes, I'm here.
Frisk, I need the exact location of the Divide Airship.
Yeah. And then I put on the helmet.
Someone
yeah.
is sleeping apparently.
No,
But anyway.
no. My brother is commenting on the dog. Currently is sleeping just outside of our door because he has been doing so recently, and
okay.
he pulls the carpet there to sleep.
Oh, so cute!
Okay.
So yeah, I mean like he's not destroying or messing stuff up. He's just sleeping there. So why not just let him be? Anyway, yeah. So I want to know the current location of the airship or the direction of it.
Okay, roll Arcana check to tune in to the location, and I shall bring you back to the world map.
Arcana
I will
is this...
give him Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, so also Arcana, will this be... Well, Bardic Inspiration is already have advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I'll just roll advantage nonetheless then.
Okay, give me 1 second. I need to make a token for this enemy airship.
Just you know how to draw a bird, which is the
Oh,
M and then
I
the
forgot to
line.
purge.
I know, but I'm extra.
26, and then roll a d8.
It will be higher if I know if this is considered magical or whatnot.
31.
Wait,
31. If I can add my double proficiency, it will be 35.
Jesus Christ. Okay, hold on. Mate ne.
Toto mate.
I need to make the token. All right. So, thankfully, Fleury had the foresight to project an image of inside the dome first.
Mm-hmm.
Then, once you have that, she is going to display it directly onto the map.
Okay.
The enemy airship is.
Please don't tell me it's on top of the island already. We have been sleeping for 1 day.
Okay, it's loading. You guys are on the correct map, right?
Yes.
Yes,
The
we are
Hebron
on.
Kingdom realm of talk.
Okay, good.
We are in realm of talk.
Oh, that is too big.
Okay. Imagine that's the fleet. Like that's how that's like how many ships are in there. That's a fleet.
Okay, it's roughly around here.
Okay, so did it move?
It has moved a bit closer to the island.
Okay, so I'm going to. Do we have a? Actually, no laser pointer. I have Mage Hand. I have Mage Hand. I'm using Mage Hand as a pointer.
Easy.
A cursor appears on the screen.
A Mage Hand points at the location of where the airship is. It has moved slightly, but it is getting closer.
Fleury speaks up. That's a very bad position to launch a vessel from. And she points out that this island here is mostly uninhabitable, save for roving bands of barbarians and pirates.
Unless they want to recruit them, but they also have means to wipe them out, so maybe they don't know.
Fleury speaks up again. I'm more concerned with the fact that it is roughly 750 miles from the shoreline. I don't think our dragons have enough stamina to get there. Tayo speaks up now. I'm fairly certain our vessels cannot reach that far without refueling as well.
I nod.
If they were to get closer, then that might be better. But at this current position, I doubt we have the range to reach there.
Frisk, how fast do you think they moved?
A GM, last time I
Yeah.
checked, aka that was
They essentially move 1 square from their current position, so 250 miles.
250 miles.
It's a very slow airship
okay.
because they use propulsion.
Okay, fair.
Compared to this ship that can go through a continent.
Yep.
So it will take effectively 2 days for them to get to this island, and 2.5 to get to the Hebron Kingdom, Northern Isles.
Fleury speaks up again. That port town right there, if it were destroyed, can effectively cripple the Hebron Kingdom. 65% of our sky ports lie there, which means nearly, she does like finger counting for a moment, 80% of our trade comes from that city.
Ooh.
Okay. But if it is going to the island, won't unless they are going to start up a small base over there. I don't see why they couldn't with their firepower. But wait, going back and forth, it shouldn't be more than 2,000, right?
It's about 2,000.
2,000. We still have time to spare if we go there for 1 day.
Okay, here's the thing. She's gonna, cause we travel fucking fast. We're like 2,500
So
miles
per
day.
we have spare to just reach back to Port Town.
But here's the thing. Widira's gonna speak up. She's gonna go, we have a minimum of 2 days. Within 1 day, we'll know whether they're going straight to the Hebron Kingdom or to the island. It's a matter of point A to point B. It's not like they have to traverse any trees or mountains. They're going in a straight line.
Flurry also voices out an interesting question. Oh, the Herbian Kingdom stands watch around its borders constantly. I'm concerned that the ship might be stealth, considering Herbian Kingdom vessels have not engaged it yet. Not according to my reports, anyway.
Well, first we have to make sure they're aware that it's there. Second of all, if it is stealth,
So you're saying that currently the only way to find the ship is through the helmet that I just made?
She gives you a shrug. It's like, well, I'm not sure about that, but if you recall, when about 2 months ago, when we got close to the Herbian Kingdom's borders at its shores, about 500 miles in, and we were already spotted.
Yes. So, I can't technically replicate it without having this helmet to show them. So, what do you think? Maybe you can send a report back to the kingdom.
Fleury speaks up. Well, I can definitely do that if we are inside the dome, of course. But that also depends on whether our forces are not preoccupied with something else. There seems to be some form of internal political shakedown going down the Crystalline Consortium.
No one.
Hang on, there's a cockroach on my wall.
nah, cockroach.
Hang on.
Kill it.
Oh,
Kill it,
fuck, it's
fire.
flying. I need a book. I need a very heavy book.
You don't need a boat. You need a bolter.
Wait, you guys are scared of cockroaches?
We need we need bolters. We need heavy bolters. Come
Don't
on.
Oh my
like
god, come on, cockroaches. What did they ever do to you guys?
Infest my restaurant and destroy a lot of things. Yes.
Hello,
That's one thing.
cockroach.
They smell.
What are you doing there?
Bridget, you sure and throw stuff there later. It won't
I can imagine, right? No, guys, I can imagine, right?
You no. Chibai,
Joe
where are
is
you
like
going?
trying to go wacky, right? Goes flying to his face.
Yep, 100%.
Oh, definitely
That
something is
didn't
broken.
you.
Something is
said-
definitely destroyed.
Facing at me, wipe it, please. Thank you.
I heard the book of flying.
I hear go kaputong,
Please now.
and then something fall off. Cling cling cling.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay, how many pieces was it destroyed to?
It liquefied.
So,
Okay,
Oh.
good. Also, why didn't you take a bolter instead of a book?
Because
Yeah,
it was right over my Warhammer stuff.
Oh no! No!
Okay,
It was right
Under-
over my Warhammer stuff, and I'm not going to
understandable.
destroying all of my models. It had the idea to fly onto the wardrobe where there was no Warhammer stuff below it, and I just threw the thing over.
That's why I was-
We heard it. We heard it.
Oh, you heard it.
I was just thinking, what would happen, right? If Joe was just about to go and kill the fella, right, and it goes flying to his face.
absolutely.
You should watch. You should watch one of the older episodes where another cockroach was present.
Mhm.
And he,
It's like, no. Okay.
I lost my
Okay,
train of
okay.
thought. Where were we?
We
uh,
were talking about
They've got
the-
like internal strife going on.
in
with
the crystalline consortium.
Ye-
Yes.
Is it in Herbian Kingdom or right now it's like just
Oh,
crystalline?
it's in the consortium. Let me bring out the news article. Hold up.
Oh, you haven't updated the news article, so I don't know.
It's in news around the dome. Literally the only post there.
Oh, that's the only post. Okay.
Yeah, so have a look at it. It is
I thought there
literally
was
that.
a new. I thought there was a new story.
Oh no, it was just happening along the side, but since your team wasn't in the dome, this was for Party B on the Friday night game.
Okay.
So yeah, Fleury brings out a news article and just plasters it to the wall.
Is this the slave one?
The slave? No.
Where is it?
News around the globe right below law.
I know. I mean, like, which one is it? The terror.
Oh no,
region and-
everything is a news article.
Oh, are they all the crystallines on the consortium?
Yep, all of these are companies within the Crystalline Consortium.
Oh my god!
I will read it some other time.
There's a slave part over there. Both of you might get angry. Well, character-wise.
Okay, so she looks back up. We're not entirely sure what's going on there, but some of our forces have been diverted there among other issues. I can send a report as usual, but whether we get help or not is debated on. But she points back at the rest of y'all, the party anyway. Well, considering the most of you are minor nobles now, they have to take your grievances a bit more with a bit more grain of salt now. So yeah.
Well, if they,
I mean, it's not. Sorry, please continue.
Okay. If they are going to the port city, well, they might have to consider a lot more, given that how their incomes are coming, where it's coming from.
You receive nods around the table. I'm gonna bring you back towards the meeting room now because I forgot who's there. Anyway,
There's
Me
quite a few people. It's
too.
understandable.
Okay, we stay here.
okay, we're back here now.
Okay. Here's the thing. From where Frisk first saw it, the square, does it look like it's making a AB straight line to the island or to Hebron at the moment?
It is going at a slanted 65-degree angle.
Currently, that's why I thought it is going to the island.
Mhm.
That's what I said previously, because it was going in an angle. If currently, if we wait for one more day, going straight down, then we know for a fact they are going to the port. If
I mean,
not, then
that's
they
the
are.
thing. I want to confirm after a day, yes, but at the same time, we can also tell the trajectory, provided they're not following some kind of wind to make them go faster. Like, would I know this?
Okay. Specifically, airships of these type are mostly majority found in the Divide. There have been small prototypes made by independent groups, and you know for a fact that wind paths will not affect these type of vessels.
Okay. Then I'll be like, okay. Yeah, I'll stick to the fact that I'm waiting for one more day to see which side they're going to.
Sierra speaks up now. She looks very concerned. I think, is it possible that they're not going to either the island or the port city?
Very possible if we're taking a straight line down.
No. I mean, could they already be at their destination? What I'm thinking is that they're possibly sending a team underwater to detonate the bomb and force a tsunami to devastate the seaside of the Hebrian Kingdom.
Right.
I mean, if they think that they can even survive in the ocean, I know you don't understand why are we so afraid of the ocean, but usually creatures there are more than what we are dealing with a day-to-day basis.
I'm going to make the image
Starfish.
of the starfish and then push it onto my slate so it comes out really big.
You see Thais and the other moon elves lean back out of their chairs, and the head researcher has the smile on her face slightly turned down a bit.
And
This
yes.
is one of the
Isn't that-
children.
No, hold on. Thais speaks up. Wait. Isn't that a creature from space?
We have. How do I say this? There is the abyss plane in our world,
Well, that's a scary
And-
thought.
and that plane very sadly lies at the bottom of the every ocean that we are in right now.
Taya speaks up again. This looks like a devourer.
Interesting you would say
They-
that. Do you recognize the symbol? And then I'm going to put the symbol that we saw onto the slate and onto the screen next to the thing.
Well, he looks at it for a moment and he contemplates it. He confers with his other bridge officers and they speak up. Well, this symbol is clearly different from what we have encountered before, but it is, according to what my researchers say, it could possibly be an evolution of said symbol. It is known as the Cult of the Infinite Cosmos. Well, from where we're from anyway. They are a group of elves and assorted races who are devoted to creatures known as the Devourers. They arrive on planets, not subjugate their people, influence their people in ways we still do not understand in preparation for the arrival of the fleet of Devourers. Out of game, if any of this is ringing a bell, Tyranids.
I don't
Yep,
know.
I kind of expected it.
Out of character, has this got to do with the people that destroyed the Moon Elves people?
No. Thai speaks up again. No, they are a rather reclusive bunch. We've only seen them on the edge of the galaxy, nowhere near the core systems.
Most of the things doesn't harm us. Well, given how long we have been coexist is a word with them. Though there are still fishermen that goes out to the sea that have to do a certain ritual in order to have safe guard against those creatures. Now that
You
will
can
not attack the
see,
vessel.
you can see the moon elves look very concerned now, and they're like, I'm not sure whether these creatures are revered in your world or not. I pray to whatever deity you have that they are not. But I would suggest doing in-depth medical checks of these fishermen for parasites in their brains.
I don't think we have been. Here, do we want to check in on the restaurant guy next time since we are close by in the Hurrian Kingdom anyway?
Do you guys want to check out your village that is quite literally a fisherman's post?
Oh, right. There is a I just remember. No, we'll
I
check.
look at that and then I reply with, "We'll do that, but I think this ship is more pressing at the moment."
Yes.
They give you a nod and they slightly relax, but they are perturbed at the possibility that the Devourer presence is already on the planet.
Also, to Sierra's comment just now, unless they can go through. Well, this is one of the creature go through those if they want to detonate. How deep they want to go to detonate, knowing that there is a abyss down there.
The good thing is
She gives you a nod.
they're not working together, which means they still have to work hard to go underwater. Out of character, how
Yeah.
much do the rest of them know about the bomb?
Does the moon elf?
Meg.
Does the moon elf
Edge.
now pick up that there is actually a somewhat large bomb they are carrying?
The moon elves are like, if you guys would have told them this during the 2 months, then they would know now. If you don't, they're
No,
like, what bomb?
I don't know if it would have been brought up
No, I
Uh,
don't think that will be brought up as well.
Because
Yeah.
I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, I'm fairly
I
certain it
remember-
wouldn't been brought up. So
So-
most of the crew right now are like, what bomb?
And I turned to Sierra and I'm like, right, I completely forgot about that bomb. So, another hiccup is apparently they have with them a bomb that came from where Sierra is from, and none of us know how to work it.
Sierra waves and she taps into the slate and pulls out a very in-depth diagram of an XV4 tactical nuke. And you can see the horror plastered on everyone's faces. And then half of them are going, your people made a weapon like this? For what?
So basically, in a nutshell,
In the
this bomb go
40K
boom-
millennia.
so wait, if this bomb go boom, half of the entire dome is bye-bye.
I don't think.
No, not half the dome. Basically, it can in 1 second destroy Hoefla, like a small island like this.
Yeah, like
I thought it
or
was
or the barbarian camp that we
The
are talking
barbarian
about.
camp over there, yeah.
Yeah, or that one, like one tactical nuke can wipe out that.
If they
Island.
detonate there, it will take out the barbarian island and the port.
Not just that, it'll probably take out most of these, what's that called? The landlocked cities as well as a tsunami goes over the land.
Yep.
But if they detonate underneath, then yeah, definitely they will have tsunami.
and it's not a
Uh,
small tsunami.
Sierra speaks up again. Fleury, I know this is a bit callous of me to ask, but is there any secret Herbrion Kingdom military installation that happens to be near where the airship is right now? And you can see Fleury starts to fidget in her seat.
All eyes on
You-
her.
All eyes on her.
Fleury is like fidgeting and she's like, crap.
Well, Fleury?
I feel like we shouldn't ask, but you know. If there
Flu-
is, we just make precaution. If there isn't, there isn't.
Fleury stands up, gets out from a chair, pushes back in. I'm going to make a call. I'll be back in 2 minutes. And she steps out for a quick moment. In the meantime, Thias is looking at everyone like,
Okay.
is every nation in this world inherently militaristic?
There are only one that is not militaristic.
When he says
Oh.
that, I'm going to look at deltas.
Huh?
Like when he says, "Is every nation militaristic?" I'm gonna look at deltas because I know he doesn't like Hyrian Kingdom.
And then Frizz would still comment on only one that is not militaristic.
Only one. Thias like, only one. Oh, gee, that's reassuring. Very reassuring. Only one safe word. I'm so happy.
Well, if you like, you can move there.
I feel like even there is not safe because those news are come from that kingdom, country, state.
You can see Thias take a very deep inhale of breath. And he's like, well, before Fleury gets back, I do have something to point out. So far, the divide from what you all are explaining seem to only employ anti-magic fields as shielding, yes?
That's what we've
I
experienced.
do want to bring this out that it is not common for others to know, but they do employ something else.
Oh, gee, what is it this time?
Biological warfare.
You can see Thias' heads meet his table. It's like,
Well,
why
what
is this?
Fucking do.
Why is this realm filled with such creatures? His head comes back up. Well, anyway, we'll talk about that in a moment. But our vessel should be able to destroy that vessel. He points back at the airship on the board. relatively easy if they only employ anti-magic fields. The cannons on our vessels are inherently non-magical.
Okay, that is good. That is
Wait, when Yudhira, what is this, makes eye contact with me, I just look at her and I'll be like, "Hello," with a smile.
I also since we mentioned about channel and then well, I mean like the message channel towards the ship, and you said that researcher Alenia knows how to do this.
She speaks up, again, in a very, very quiet voice, at which
Yeah.
point, as she starts talking, Master Lyrie just nudges her in the arm and says, use the thing, they can't hear you well. And she nods. She ducks down underneath the table and pulls out a cone.
Oh no! I close my ears because she's directly in front of me.
She pulls out a cone. She switches it on, and you hear. "Eee."
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did close my ears. Yes.
And then she starts speaking.
Bleh. What?
And then she starts speaking. Well, I'm not sure, but whatchamacallit? But I'm fairly certain me and my crew can figure it out in under a few days. To give you a perspective, there was maybe a 5 decibel increase from her usual tone.
And then I was like, huh, the microphone is louder than her voice. Okay.
Oh, I'm still like digging, like rubbing my ears. It's like
Okay,
You
and
can-
then I place the helmet on the table. Currently, the only way to know the ship is from this helmet, location wise, because I redirect the receiver to get the coordinates of where they are, but they also get messages, receive information from this helmet as well. So I'm assuming it works the same, that you can maybe redirect it to find the signal, and then I show it to her.
Sergeant Fergus speaks up while this is happening, by the way. He says, not to discredit the work of the researcher here, and he gives a nod to Alenia. He also says, why not also utilize the resources given to you by the Republic of Image? Weren't you granted a cadre of researchers?
I was, but not currently when I am given this situation, I'll just, she is here, I bring it up first. If she taking a little too long, maybe then go with what we know with our current researchers is what I'm going with currently.
Researcher Alenia speaks up again. Well, her sound now is normal talking sound because Master Lyrie basically reached over and turned the knob so she's louder now.
Okay.
Well, me and my team would need at least 3 days to decode this. And since the vessel is rather fast, if we can get to the Republic of Information and pick up some new researchers, that'd be great as well.
I nod. I think that would be the most prudent course of action.
Jim,
Yeah.
do I need to roll intelligence to see if I would do it quicker than them? Because last I checked, I decoded 1 day, no, less than just a few hours to decode the location.
This is not a matter of decoding the thing. Like, you wanted them to make a communication device, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I want
It's not
to...
just communication device. We want them to research how these things work. What laser? Why?
Oh no! It's just, for right now, it's just the helmet. For the helmet is I want it to the what you call find their own secure channel and hopefully able to doesn't have to be on the helmet itself, but using our own communication to get through to their side.
Okay. So that would definitely take 3 days. You know for a fact that the only reason why you can triangulate their ship quite quickly is because the ship is one source, and there's like 100 pings going to one source.
I see. That makes
This
sense.
is a bit
Okay.
different.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, we'll
Understand.
utilize the image for this.
Sorry, not Master Lyrie. Art researcher Alenia stands up then. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll get to work first. And she reaches for the helmet, and she takes it,
Uh-huh.
and she starts walking not towards the teleporter, but towards the screen. At which point, Master Lyrie stands up. You're going the wrong direction. Grabs her hand and pulls her towards the teleporter.
Oh my god, she is blind.
I did mention that her
Yeah, she
eyes
closed-
are perpetually closed.
Oh my, I mean like, I thought it's just like a characteristic how like Chris is,
Both
But-
of them step into the teleporter and disappear.
but I didn't know she's actually blind. Okay.
As Tyus looks at your confused expression, he speaks up. No, don't worry, she can see, but she does have the moniker the Wandering Researcher. Sorry, the Wandering Genius.
I
That
know.
explains.
Okay.
Deltas, do you have any insight?
Nani?
Do you have any insight on this?
Overall, if this is, I wouldn't say that this is exactly my kind of forte. I'm more of the frontliner, like directly in the front. But this is a bit of a tough cake to take as well. Honestly, I doubt I'm suitable for this kind of situations.
Do you have any ideas for coming in as the second round?
Oh, that's a given.
I look at you with like, well, do you got any
But
idea?
I mean, Yudhira, you should know me by now.
Alright.
The man with no plan. The minute he sees an enemy in front, just slice him in the face. That's all he does.
Yes, and also, I'm not a stealth person.
Okay, knowing that, he would be going with, is it Fergus? No, is it Horith? Which is like the second group.
They haven't discussed that yet. You need to ask Tyus like what they do, because Horith called him and his men Pathfinders.
Yeah, and they're usually like first.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they
They're
did
scouts.
mention Pathfinder, and then they are scouts. Well,
That's what a Pathfinder
Reconnaissance.
is. Yes.
yeah, reconnaissance. Okay. So
What about why is Nathaniel there? No, Horith. No, that was Horith. What?
the Miss
about-
Walker?
Miss Walker is the stealth. They go inside. So we need people to tell us how to get inside. Then we need people to
How?
go inside to turn off the thing, and then we need to go get people to smash the thing up.
Fleury
So-
speaks up. If you need the smashing team, that would be me then. And she raises hand. I do have a squadron of Herbian Kingdom Rangers as well as Imperial Guardsmen ready to go.
I'm with Fleury on this spot.
She gives you a
But
nod.
we also need to infiltrate. So bringing the squad in first will not be ideal.
So this time Tyus speaks up. If you're looking for infiltration, Prefect Horif is the best man on the team here. I'm not sure about the abilities of Miss Walker Jonik, but I'm fairly certain they're roughly on par. So I recommend those two. And their forces, of course.
We need a combination of Prefect Horus and
Horif. Not Horus.
Horus.
Horus is something
no,
else.
I said Horus.
heresy.
Horus heresy.
I said
Horus
Horus.
heresy.
Okay, go on.
Perfect horror.
Horith Yonick to trailblaze and then get us in.
There's also because we are in a unknown ship with not sure if the technology is what we know of. Putting me or any of the engineers. Well, I am not sure if the combat engineer would work, but I hope it does. Someone who knows about magic and technology at the same time.
You see, whatchamacallit? Prefect Horus step up, and he walks towards the screen. He's like toying around with the model of the enemy airship, and he goes, I foresee one problem.
Yes.
How are we getting onto the airship?
That's what I said. We're going to try using the dragons once they're near enough, if they're coming near.
No,
However, if they're going to remain far away...
Oh no, I wasn't referring to the method of insertion. I mean, how, like, which door are we using? And he points towards the model of the airship and he spins it around, and you see a disturbing lack of hangar bay doors.
Okay, so
that's what the wayfinding people would be doing. Finding a way.
Okay, so this one is for GM.
Yep.
For my understanding of the older model, the more what I call it, the alpha models of the ship, the one that with cannons. I know for a fact that they drop their armies down because they have like just a hatch or some reason for that. But are they any way back in up there by understanding of the old model?
Okay, so looking at the image itself, right? What's McCullough? Prefect Horif explains that I understand what you mean by having us find a way in, but it's a bit hard finding a way in when the ways in look like they're reinforced metal. We will either have to break our way through or fight an army of divided soldiers. And he spins the model around even more, and he shows there seems to be only one main entrance, this ramp right here, where presumably the armies are deployed. And I'm fairly certain you don't want the infiltration team to go in and face an entire army on their own.
Flurry's not back
I
here
walk
yet.
up straight. I walk up straight and join. What's his name again?
Horif. The names are literally right here.
No, because the
Perfect
thing is blocking.
horror.
There we go. Close this.
Perfect
Okay.
horror is what I
Prefect,
said.
prefect.
No,
Not perfect.
No,
I
it
know.
is-
No,
you
it's perfect now.
will be perfect.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Now we will give the moniker of perfect.
God. He's like, oh shit, the thing. Flurry isn't back yet. Yeah, let me remove her from the thing for now. There we go.
Okay. Okay. So that means she doesn't know about the break shit thing yet.
For now.
Yeah.
Okay.
fun.
So I join in. I also play around and flip the thing around. Okay. Considering that we are going to do insertion on the top, the deployment on the top of this vessel.
One problem with that.
What is it?
First would notice as well.
Yes, it's gonna be soft and we won't be able to stand.
No, it's not that.
Hmm?
The entire top of it, like the only serviceable part where people can walk around is the underside. This is like an actual helium balloon, so the thing on top makes it float.
Wait,
So
what's...
there's nothing
hang
inside.
On, hang on,
Yeah,
what's,
so
what's
then
stopping
that-
us
that's
from,
our-
like,
Hold on.
destroying the balloon?
Yeah. I mean, this is then what's stopping us from actually just, dropping people like right
Popping
on
the
it,
balloon?
just
Yeah.
like popping the balloon.
Nothing is stopping you. I'm just
For a matter of fact, I can just jump off the dragon and just like head like right through the thing with my helmet.
Yeah, you can. There's nothing stopping you besides the fact that presumably you could get cut down before you reach the ship itself. Or
No. Here's the thing.
No,
Hmm?
If we break
there's a couple of
the
things.
thing, if we break the thing and we leave, the ship's just gonna fall into the water. We don't have to do anything.
I mean, you do
But
remember that you're on a
there is
rescue
a
mission.
yeah, there's a rescue mission. We have to look for a certain someone. So there is a reason why we don't go in straight to destroy
Yes,
the
but
ship.
also, how long does it take for air to leak? I'm sure we can cause some kind of ruckus.
Also, we don't know how high up it is.
I'm pretty sure
currently
they're
above
not stupid
sea.
enough to use helium.
Something else, lah. You're fairly certain it's
Something
not
that is
helium.
not flammable, for example.
That
like-
was very stupid. World War One
like
flashbacks are hot.
Hydrogen. No,
Uh,
hydrogen is
Deltas-
yeah.
Deltas will chime in on an idea.
Hmm.
So I have an idea that it might cause a couple of casualties, but
Mhm.
if the odds of like search and capture or like search and retrieve and at the same time search and destroy, what we can actually do is we have two particular like very high speed frigates or ships causing a distraction for the overall vessel while somebody goes insertion from the top and cut their way through inside and do the insertion from the top area, even though if it's even if it does deflate, it does take time to overall deflate.
Deltas. That is an idea. There is a reason why I never suggest to, well, harm the ship in any way capacity.
By the way, Kang, roll me a history check.
Ooh, okay. Will this be mechanical, magical, or just general history?
Mechanical. I'm gonna see whether you're able to try and remember, like from your past experiences, what material could this balloon be made out of?
A 20?
Ah, okay. Let me check real quick. Something.
Okay, let me get.
Okay, you
Okay.
know what this balloon is made out of.
Okay.
All right. It is basically 3 layers of something.
Mm-hmm.
The innermost and outermost layers is, as you expected, cloth, because it needs to trap the heat in.
Mhm.
The inner layer is mithril.
Oh wait, there. Okay.
Okay. Uh. Okay, but I will still continue with my train of thought with Deltas.
Hmm.
The reason why I didn't suggest anything that would harm the ship itself, because I am still hoping to get a sizable crew to rebel against the engineer.
How long do you need to do that?
I feel like that was a very long project. It's just that this has shot to the front page a little bit just because of what we are dealing with.
How long?
You mean the whole
How long will
engineer
it
thing?
take for you to incite some kind of rebellion inside the ship? Provided you have ways of communication. Which will be presumably about 2 days.
Fleury is back now, by the way. She basically stepped in, listening to orders like, what is going on, and sit down.
Right. And then, not to forget, we have no point of entry, even though if we want to send a message.
Out of character, I have no idea if I can or not. I'm just trying because my character has very low charisma.
Here's the thing. Everything is on the table now. A plan is a plan. We
A
accept
plan is a
all
plan.
plans.
Yes,
We just
I still want to incite it, but Chris is just going to be, since he have never incited a rebellion before, and
Oops.
oh my god, giant
Oops.
Horus heresy.
Hang on.
Suddenly went monkey. Okay.
What did you do?
Okay, so Frizz is going to say, I'm going to be honest with you, Uhira. I never did that before. It's new, but I know there is a chance to get through them. I don't know how. I do not know how long. I know there's a way since their morals are changing. I know.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to give a time limit for this. We're going in 3 days.
What?
That will give the research some time to finish itself. Then I can try ascending via Sierra to her friend Huntress. If it works, good. If it doesn't, that's an avenue we have expanded. You can figure out how you're going to incite some kind of rebellion. Deltas, try not to kill people.
Oh, one more thing. Deltas.
Yes.
Your plan. It is good if it's not on a ship that is made to know that there are some people will poke the balloon. It is Mithril.
Okay, my idea is scrapped. See you
DM,
guys.
DM.
Yep.
Our super strong acid
Mm-hmm.
would eat through mithril, right? Just it will take a
I
long
think
time.
One dose will take a very long time to eat through the metal,
But
right?
it will
Last time we
still
tried.
eat through the metal, right?
It can still eat through the metal, yeah.
So it's a set and forget.
Do we want to set and forget?
Hey, essentially what it is, it's a time bomb. It will sit there, and then when it happens, the rest of the ship will panic, and then we can leave.
But I still want the people.
No, as in we're inside. We need a way to get out. If they're
Oh,
panicking about the ship getting like full of holes and losing air or whatever, I'm pretty sure they're going to split their people to go, oh hey, we don't have enough resources to deal with you, so you get half while we try to deal with this shit and not burn the entire thing. It's called a contingency.
It's called a contingency plan. Here, have a sack of what I call alien acid.
But that is a plan.
I'm like the devourer is basically alien, isn't it?
Yes.
At this point, Fire speaks up. It's like, well, that pretty much sorts out the plan, I suppose. But
Okay, so
is it possible that they might have something like shuttles of their own, or presumably escape pods?
I should think so. I mean, it would be stupid of them not to, considering the amount of people they have in there, and I assume important people.
How many people are on that airship again? Do you recall?
I
can I, if I'm not wrong, estimating 1,000 troops that was landed last time, I would say more than 1,000.
Okay, and how prevalent is teleportation technology in this realm?
We
Out of
use
character,
it.
not Altara. How's teleportation in this realm?
Yeah, literally, you use teleportation to get between the continents. So yeah.
So yeah, we do
Pretty
have
prevalent, yeah.
teleportation, and we usually don't use that, right? Unless you want to pay, because I remember it's
It's
a
quite
fee and-
expensive.
yeah, it's a fee, and it's quite like a luxurious travel thing type of ordeal. So we have teleportation.
Daya speaks up then. Could it also be possible that they're attempting to establish a foothold within the Herbert Kingdom by having a teleportation device there?
That's why I previously, well, a few minutes ago, that I said that it is also understandable why they would go to the bandit area first, wiping it out and establish a foothold. I mean, it is not wrong if they go into that direction.
Fleury speaks up now, and she looks a bit happy this time. I am happy to inform you that the Herbert Kingdom does not have any hidden military installations in that section of our realm.
Well, that's one piece of good news.
I'm still worried about this bomb thing.
Sierra
If-
speaks up now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go first?
If they don't move within a day, then Sierra is probably right. But if they do, then I would be happy that she's wrong.
With that right, while you say that, Sierra speaks up again. Is it also possible that instead of using the detonation itself, they're using the nuclear fallout to destabilize the Herbian Kingdom?
Wait,
And then
there's
she
a
goes
fallout?
into the entire she goes in explanation about nuclear fallout and what it is, and you all basically know what it is now.
And then now only Frizz says that, what weaponry? Why do you guys make something that can end life itself?
Oh, she basically starts explaining how her country, the United States of America, was so pissed off that a group of Asian people destroyed their port, so they dropped the sun on them twice. And that's how atomic bombs came to play.
Right, history lessons.
It's like, well,
Ah,
because of that, most major powers back in my world tend to have a stockpile of these weapons, and they enforce a doctrine known as MAD, mutually assured destruction. So if one of us launched a nuclear bomb at them, they would also launch the nuclear bombs at us in hopes of destroying us in the process as well.
That's
so
Good
absolutely
mutual
ghastly.
agreements.
Sorry, what? Too many people spoke at the same time.
Sorry. Frisk go first.
no, I was lagging. I was going to say, so your world is not that different than what we are here, except for the entire I have super weapon and I will use it and everyone will die in the process. Idea.
While Sierra is explaining this, I'm just gonna point out the fact that everyone at this table has their face like slowly morph into more concern and then outright horror. They're like, okay.
Everyone in the table would know that their own history. Out of character, law wise, the war stopped like 20 plus years ago, right? For Herbian and most
No.
of the other countries as well.
200.
Well, how long was it?
200.
200. Okay, 200. I thought it was recent, but no,
No.
okay, 200.
Recent is rebellion, not full-on war.
It's rebellion,
Okay, so
and that's where I popped out of nowhere.
okay. Well, given our history, lucky that it has stopped 200 years ago. So there's still small rebellions here and there.
She gives you a nod. Well, that's how my world operates right now. Our last major world war was a couple decades ago, and now we have wars or proxies where major powers pay lesser well-off nations to fight in shadow wars, as we call them, in an attempt to destabilize the other major power by disabling their smaller client states. But anyway, back to the bomb.
Frizz is fish.
Wait,
Does anybody on the
wait,
ship
wait.
have a locate
Okay.
object? No, wait.
Many.
I have the thing.
You have
We
one.
have 3 a day. But
We have one.
do other people on the ship have it?
I feel like one of the
Some others, yeah.
majors, right? Majors would have one of the majors.
One of the majors will have, and yeah, most of the people from within the dome would, not most, like some of the people within the dome would have them. Some of the rangers and some of the Herbian Kingdom Imperial Guardsmen have that too.
Don't you also have the stick? Well, look it up, the stick.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
stick, for one, yeah.
I call it stick because
The-
basically it is that.
The more people we have, if we do indeed want to find this bomb, especially if it's not in the ship, the better.
Forgive me, everyone. I have to go. Udira, Frisk, please give me the overall what's gonna happen, and I'll join in as well. But I really have to go now.
Ooh, okay, bye.
And
Understand.
Deltas just goes to the teleporter quietly. And how do I remove this token?
Just move to the side.
Just
It's
go
fine.
to the
Move
side.
here, yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
Okay. Deltas leaves the room. Thais looks over, is like, whoa. Is he okay?
He has let's just say that the war is not kind to him.
He gives you a nod. Okay, very well. Well then, I will inform Prefect Horif to make preparations for his Pathfinders. And he looks over at John. Yonic, can you prepare your men as well? Yonic gives a nod. Alright then. As for reconnaissance before the actual operation, I suggest using one or two of our shuttles and using that, considering they're rather fast by your standards. Out of game, how fast are they? 200 feet per turn.
Oh, that's very fast.
Nice.
Different kind of technology, so yeah.
We just
It's
have to
like-
make it invisible.
Yeah, you're comparing like is it 50 feet? No, 200.
It's literally like, it's something with wings flying against a fucking jet plane. That's what it is, essentially.
If you watch the anime Gate, I would understand.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I love that show.
We are dragon riders and jet fighters. Who would win?
Oh, don't forget. What is this? Oh wait, Yudira. I don't know if sorry, Sha. I don't know if you know this lah. The anime last time used to be called the Spider Riders.
Nope.
Ah.
Not aware.
I thought you would know.
No, sorry. Okay.
Okay. But back on track. Sorry.
Okay. Udira is going to say, I can bring someone with me 500 feet in.
She looks at you. The entire crew looks at you, and Sierra. No, not Sierra. What's his face again? Tires taps something on the table, and there's another loud ee sound. And you hear Master Lyrie's voice come in. It's like, yes, did you summon me, Tires? It's like, please report back to the meeting room. And there's a click. And about a minute later, Master Lyrie comes back in.
Mhm.
And Tires explains the situation. And Master Lyrie nods. I don't mind going with you.
I must let you know, I'm terrible at being quiet.
She gives you a nod. That's fine, we have technology for that.
If we can do that, I think the two of us can get in, find a door hopefully, or at least break whatever it is. Would be nice to have another person.
At this point, whatchamacallit? Fleury speaks up. What if we just get like a small team to infiltrate the airship and establish a foothold, disable whatever is powering the anti-magic fields, and set up a teleportation circle inside the ship?
I nod. Do we have a portable hole?
I'm fairly certain the Knights of Otara can supply us one, Fleury says.
Because with a portable hole, I can definitely get in
And I'm
more than
pretty
two
sure
people.
this can put an
Oh, okay, I misheard you. I thought you said portal. Hole,
Portable
okay, yeah, no
hole.
easy to get.
Okay, cause a portable hole is really nice, you see. You can put so many people there, provided they don't die from suffocation. Easy.
Okay, I need to look at the stats for this.
I mean, bag of holding does the same
No,
thing.
bag of
just
holding,
need
you
to give
cannot
them-
put many people. You can put a maximum of 2 people. 2 small people.
Well,
This is-
I am
Portable hole can fit way more than... I think it can fit like 15 people or something like that.
You can okay, hang on. The fine black cloth, soft as silk, is folded up to the dimensions of a handkerchief. Goddamn, it's small. It unfolds into a circular sheet 6 feet in diameter. Okay.
Mhm.
You can use an action to unfold a portable hole and place it against a solid surface, whereupon the hole creates an extra dimensional hole 10 feet deep. The cylindrical space within the hole exists on a different plane, so it can't be used to create open passages. Any creature inside an open portable hole can exit the hole by climbing out of it. You can use an action to close the portable hole by taking hold of the edges of the cloth and folding it up. Folding the cloth closes the hole, and any objects or creatures within remain in the extra dimensional space. No matter what's in it, the hole weighs next to nothing. If the hole is folded up, a creature within the whole extra dimensional space can use any action to make a DC strength check. On a successful check, the creature forces its way out and appears within 5 feet of the portable hole, or the creature carrying it. A breathing creature within a closed hole can survive up to 10 minutes, after which time it begins to suffocate. Placing a portable hole inside the extra dimensional space created by a bag of holding, handy, haversack, or some item instantly destroys both items and opens a gate to the astral plane.
So no bag of holding.
Just don't put it in a bag of holding. Just do not do that.
Yep.
But if we want to bring people in, this is Shah saying not Udira, okay?
Yeah.
This is the best way. But they have 10 minutes before they expire.
I also need to point out that it doesn't state anywhere here that the space is just 10 feet diameter, so only like X amount of people that can fit within 10 feet can be there.
It's 6 feet in diameter, 10 feet deep.
Okay. So essentially it's more enough for one combat square's worth, so we can probably fit 3 or 4 people inside.
No, 10 feet deep, dude. 6 feet.
No,
Like,
10
if
feet deep
they
is
lie
one thing, but
down-
unless they stand on top of each other, it's a different story.
Like they can squish.
I mean, yeah, but okay, never mind.
Unless there's lighter people, but I don't feel like this.
I mean, lying down on top of another person isn't exactly comfortable.
10 minutes. It depends
10
on how
minutes.
many people we want to bring in, but this is the best bet.
You can see that Flurry is intrigued at the idea. Tyres and the other whatchamacallit, and the other moon elves are like confused at this technology.
Oh, it's the same technology as this. And then I pull out my bag of holding. Look like a mundane bag, doesn't seem much. And then in there, you don't see anything until I pull my hand in and pull out what do I have in a bag of holding. Oh yeah, the spear that is actually longer than the bag itself. And I pull out the Delta spear and pull it out. See? And then I pull it back in.
Legas. Legas. The 3 moon elves are like Legas.
It has been a thing that we have been utilizing because of easable access storage and whatnot. The only caveat is that none of any of this dimension can be crossing each other. Like for example, that portable hole towards this bag of holding, or else they will create what we all know as the black hole. Did I cut off?
Nope.
No, it's
You're
fine.
Yeah.
He's listening.
So-
He's like, okay.
Well,
So, yeah.
to be safe and out of character, we'll go with DM call on this. If 4 people, then it would be 4 people.
I mean, I'm not saying that you can't fit 10 people in there. You can. I'm just concerned that
no,
if they have
because-
to bring additional equipment or
Yeah.
armor or weapons.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with your ruling on this.
Okay.
So if you say 4, then we'll stick with 4.
All right.
And a rope.
With all the other shit
Mm-hmm.
and the stuff to make a teleporter thingy. If she goes with a portable hole, including Master Liar, we'll be able to take another 4 people.
At which point, Horif speaks up. I suggest myself and maybe another Pathfinder, and perhaps maybe Sierra, or perhaps some of the Herbian Kingdom close quarters rangers.
I would like to go with you, Uhira, but you know the rules, and so do I. So I am unable to follow because I'm not going to leave this thing because Delta's already it trusted me with a certain item in it.
I nod. Well, we'll have a think on who's going.
Hey, don't forget, I'm also part of the second wave.
But
Oh, yeah.
please, if you
You're coming in after we've done the thing. Hopefully.
Unless you want me to start breaking shit the moment we go in, lah.
Sid. Okay. She goes. Well, we have 3 days to decide on that. I will defer to your expertise, Horith, Yonic.
Horif nods and he speaks up again. We have a prototype vessel that's currently inside the hangar bay. And he pulls up a picture of something. I need to find a picture. Hold on.
don't tell me the starfish is on our ship now.
No. He said vessel.
Oh, okay, vessel. Oh, look, it's the scene that I like so much because the douchebag prince.
The first 40 seconds is essentially yup.
Yep. I'm more happy about the fact that she can punch the life out of the prince itself.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So he shows you a picture of this thing. It looks absolutely weird to you. He tells you it's a boarding vessel. There's one of it on board. It can hold 6 people. Nah. Whoever knows lah.
Yes.
One downside though, he speaks. We need to be rather close to the vessel to launch this thing. It does not have any onboard propulsion systems.
Question out of character.
Yes.
It will go like directly injure the ship in capacity just because what it is used for, right? Just gonna punch through the whole ship.
Assuming you don't punch through the balloon, it should be fine lah. I mean, whatever hole was there will not be there anymore because that thing is now filling the hole.
Yeah, that is true. I know what it is.
Okay, we can guess. It looks like a drill bit.
Yeah, it's
So
essentially a
guess what it
drill.
do.
It is imagine what if you have a cannon and you insert this as a one of the shells, you just fire it at a ship and
Yes.
then in there will be people coming out.
Yes, it's a drill bit.
Mhm.
Okay. I see this and I'm like, this will be used for the second wave.
I was under the assumption this would be for the first wave to get the people inside.
No.
I still don't want the ship to be like
Here's the
damn it,
thing.
Chief, it's
We're sneaking inside with my dimension door.
Will
And
no.
With what?
Taya speaks up. How do you plan on using your magic if the anti-magic field is up?
the
We've
entire
been told
thing
that
is
some areas are not covered by anti-magic field. And
He
then
gives you a
I
nod.
point to the areas. So we'll just go in through there.
But how? The entire outside of the hull is closed off. Can Dimension Door get you through walls?
Yes. It can get me through anything provided there's no anti-magic field.
Gives you a nod, okay. Continue.
We'll be sneaking in Lyra, along with 4 others, and the assumption is we'll be successful in bringing some kind of teleportation system so that the rest of you can come in.
I see. Okay.
While that teleportation is being set up, the more quiet of us will go and find whatever energy system they use to power up those laser cannon things and shut it down. And hopefully, the anti-magic field.
There is nods about the room as everyone seems to be in agreement of the plan. Flurry voices out a question now. It's like, if that's the case, The plan sounds pretty solid from this point of view. Who's going in and who's going to be doing what? We have a total of roughly 45 people combat ready.
I look at the rest of the faces. I'm merely a scholar. I'm absolutely terrible at stuff. I'm bringing you in. Again, I defer to your expertise.
At this point, Dias nods, Horif nods, Flurry nods, and then they start planning tactical stuff.
Fair
As
enough.
you can
I'm
see,
listening. I'm absorbing shit.
You see the people that are non-combat related start to move away from the screen, like, what's his face here? Cleric Nathaniel steps down to this seat as everyone else who's part of the mission gets a bit closer and starts planning their entry phase.
I'm gonna have a chat with Nathaniel.
Okay.
Nathaniel, you're a cleric of whom?
There's a pause. And then he whispers into your ear. He gets a bit closer. He whispers into your ear. Insert name of Fey entity.
Okay, cool. And I'm like, okay, cool. Are you more of a combat kind of person, or would you rather stay in the sidelines?
He looks at you. He looks down at his attire, where he's wearing full plate armor. Looks back at you. I can do both.
Some people have preferences. Some people were thrusted into situations where they would rather not. I'm just being sure.
I have no issues about going into the front lines and caving in a few skulls if the situation calls for it, if that's what you're asking.
Combat priest. I see that all the time. Right now, eyes are back open, and then Chara is just looking.
If that were the case, I think it would be very important for you to be with the secondary insurgents. Keep them up, keep them safe.
Very well, I will inform my acolytes to prepare for my absence. And as you two are talking, the teleporter flashes, and you see two Imperial Guardsmen come in. One of them is a mage, another one is a normal guard. You see they start walking towards to join the planning.
Okay, cool. I see them appear, and then I sort of peek my head past the table. You know when you have a big table full of many people eating dinner, and then a head pokes out and starts screaming at you from one side. That's what she does. She goes, remember, figure out who the other 4 people are, please. Thank you.
And you can see more Mistwalkers join in as well.
And then I put my head in. Anything to make sure I'm a little bit more quiet than I usually am.
You see they are quite in-depth, and you see Herbian Kingdom Rangers also joining in. Oops, that's the wrong person. And you see Horif give you the thumbs up.
Okay, cool. I stand up. And then I go, well, we have 3 days. I think I would be better use with the researchers. Thias,
And you see
do you have anything else?
Thias gives you a nod. And wait, were you talking to Thias or who?
Thias.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to leave.
Well, I have nothing else. I believe the plan is quite solid. And I'm fairly certain it will work out, assuming nothing really goes out of our expectations, of course.
Since
As
we're
you
here,
two, yes.
Later, can you teach me how all of this works? Well, I figured this out, and then for fun, I'm gonna put the giant starfish up again, like beak.
He's leaning away from it, like okay.
But mostly because the military squad is having a conversation. It'd be really funny for it to like blah, jump scare.
Yeah, you can see all of them kind of shriek back a bit, and then just like someone walks to the screen, grabs it, pulls it out of the screen, and just chucks it aside.
It's like, no, fuck you. Okay.
Just for fun, Chara's gonna speak up. Oh, by the way, that thing, I have this, and I pull back a holding and hold out the what you call the
acid.
The acid and the stomach lining out. Is like, I have this. They are his acid. Very strong.
Right.
Flurry walks over. Oh yes, I'll take that, please. And she takes it.
Before she leaves, I'm like,
Flurry.
Flurry, that is extremely dangerous, and we don't know what other vessel that can hang on, words. We don't know what other vessel can contain it because glass will not.
She smiles and she's like, oh, I'm hoping on that. And anyway, as this is going on, right, you can see Horv speaks out in a very loud voice. I propose we move our meeting to the hangar base so the rest of the armed forces can join in our meeting. And there's a chorus of approve, and they leave.
Okay, cool. Because if they weren't gonna leave, I was gonna leave. Because I was like, oh, it's getting crowded. Okay.
And they're gone.
So there is like 20 users of the acid has been taken away.
All? You gave all?
She grabbed
She took
all.
Because there's only the thing is there's only one vessel right now that can contain such powerful acid, and she took it back.
I look at Frisk and I'm like, if you want to make sure she doesn't use everything, you better go after her.
Right now it's because of I want to make a joke. Okay, let's go. I follow them to go out to the hangar to speak. So I'm gonna leave.
I'm gonna.
You see everyone from the armed forces basically in meeting right now. Anyway, go on.
I'm going to take some off-screen time to figure out how all of this works from Thiest.
Oh, okay.
And
So
then
you find out it's pretty easy to understand. Essentially, when anything based on minor illusion or illusion-based magic, you can just shove it into the slate, and it will appear. Very, very handy.
very handy. Okay, what else? What other interesting things? So the slates, we get to keep them, right?
Yep, pretty much. It's essentially like the slate from your Tuesday game, but with added functionality. They are linked to an extent, so you can share files, but
Okay.
there's no communication between them, lah.
So the smartphone.
It's a smartphone, yes.
Okay,
Sierra
cool,
has
cool,
also
cool.
learned how to link her. Oh, what the fuck? What is that?
What is what?
Oh, the teleporter flashes.
What? Apa ni? Siapa ni?
Alert! What is this?
Excuse me, Tedious. Where are the rest?
I know this guy, right? Like he's on the ship, so I have 100% know this guy.
You have seen him aboard the ship. You notice he's one of the non-Hebrion Kingdom Dragon Riders.
Ah, okay. I look.
Wait, I thought I am.
Not the official one anyway.
Okay.
He's the unofficial dragon rider.
Yeah. From the
Okay.
Hebrion Kingdom, yes, but not enlisted.
Okay, I look at him and I'm like, Richter, how can I help you?
I was. There was a meeting that I was called to, regarding boarding. I don't know. It was very sudden, and then I saw the people. I saw the guards are leaving, so I saw they are gone now.
When did you think the meeting was?
I was called like a minute ago, just now.
Oh, you're part of that gang. They're moving to the hangar.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
He leaves the teleporter flashes again.
I'm like, I look at my two buddies who are still here. Is what's his name? Damn. Is
Yes.
Nathaniel still here? He's just
Nathaniel was just sitting there like, okay. He's like sorting through some papers, and you can see it's food request forms. Like people like saying like, oh, we want this to improve. We hope that the quartermaster will stock this in the future, that kind of shit lah.
Why is the cleric handling this?
He has been unanimously noted as a representative of the non-combatants on this ship.
I see this happen and I just like exhale. And then continue talking about slate stuff. Does it have like communication
No,
between the
they're
swords?
the only communication you get is text based, which is better than nothing, to be
So
honest.
random, like, hey, you up?
You are. You also see emojis,
Smiley
but
face, smiley face.
the moon elf kind.
Smiley face, smiley
Oh,
face,
no.
banana.
Instead of saying good morning, it's just a symbol of the
Sunrise.
moon.
No. You see like faces of like the moon elves, but very squished down with the long ears, white hair, like doing the double finger guns motion kind of thing and whatnot.
Interesting. I I probably did not go through any of this until today,
Probably.
so I'm impressed. And then the first thing I do is send to Thias, lol.
Thias looks at it and he sends back a laughing face emoji.
It's just like two classmates just sending text, and then the other nerdy one is on the side like doing work. We're like, lol. Okay, amused. She puts it back. Okay. I think what's everybody else doing?
Okay, so I know for a fact that Deltas is in the training grounds right now. What about Frizz?
I'm at the hangar. Just want to keep sure that her plan doesn't involve in peeling the entire thing or cutting the what I call the
You will learn that the entire combat crew of this vessel of like I forgot how many people are very
40.
amused by this thing, and they're sticking in random metallic stuff to see what can melt the fastest. They're doing field experimentations on the hangar bay.
Yeah, and then Frizz is going to Char is going to say, oh, remember the talk about Mithril? Yeah, it's true that as well.
You can see shocked faces about, and they're like, it can cut through Mithril. That makes the plan a lot easier.
So if you are planning to destroying the hangar bay, you might just want to just put this in one of the opening shuttle and then just push it out.
Oh, by the way, just to clarify, you're leaving the entirety of the second team actions to them, right?
Sure.
Oh,
Wait,
they're
what
gonna-
do you mean second team? The
second team.
the combat
Because
team.
the
combat team.
Oh hell yeah,
The
yeah.
combat-
Team 2's plan is to basically go in and destroy shit.
Pretty much. But
So,
also try not to die.
But Chara there will be keep saying that please don't destroy the ship. I still need to keep that thing afloat.
You'll hear very well. We won't destroy it. We'll disable it.
I hope the disable will not keep that guy in my head screaming says no.
Oh, don't worry. You can fix it, assuming you can just repair the console.
If you can hear him scream right now.
Don't worry. We'll utilize every bit of military might we have on this ship to disable it as best we could. And you can see.
You said might. I am intrigued, but the guy inside is not.
Don't worry. It's repairable. And you can see Fleury give you the wave of the don't worry kind of wave.
And then
You can see that. Walking closer, you look at that planchette, you can see one of them has drawn a very crude diagram of this ship's railgun. And for some reason, it's firing at the enemy airship.
Can you he's screaming again. Oh,
Oh, don't worry. We're not punching through the hull. It's a grazing shot to destroy one of the propellers so it can't float properly.
Right, that's gonna take off. Oh my god, why?
And this goes on for a while.
Oh, I can imagine Chara having a headache already, man.
Yeah, well, she is enjoying it, but the other part is screaming, so that's why the headache is coming from.
Yeah, you can see one of the combat engineers speak up. Don't worry, we'll destroy it in such a way that you just need to put the two pieces close together and cast mending and it'll be fixed.
Haha.
That is not how it. Oh my god.
Just like, oh my god, my head.
Yeah. Minutes late, and then Richter will show up.
Richter joins in, and they have already started planning a bombing run using the Dragon Riders.
Wait, what? Oh no. We only have 3.
No,
Two,
you have
actually.
5.
Well, Dragon Rider.
I mean, they don't need the riders. They can just spew fire. I think that can also be considered a bombing run.
Well, you have 5 then.
Anyway, back to Deltas now. Deltas, how are you doing in the training? How many people have you scared off?
I think like technically the whole room is empty now. It's just me and whatever remains, and I'm
Oh,
just
no.
destroying shit.
Don't worry. The second generation Knights of Avatars have probably fucked off already. The first generation are like, interesting strategy. I approve.
Yes.
All right. So, is there anything else the three of you want to do? If not, we'll end the session for today.
Okay, the last thing
Yep.
I say, since the cleric is here,
Mhm.
and the guy with the most amount of people is here, I go, this is a little bit embarrassing, but do either of you know anybody that I could speak to work on the fact that I am deathly afraid of heights?
At this point, Cleric Nathaniel sighs a bit. He pulls out a form and he hands it to you. You see written on there, it says, request for therapy. And you can see like several time slots you can choose from.
So is this going to be more of a counseling therapy or something that is on hand training kind of thing?
Can imagine, right?
Like
Cleric Nathaniel just pushes Udira off.
that is a immersive therapy.
And
Cleric
then
Nathaniel
just-
looks at you and he says, I won't disclose that now because, well, I feel hands-on would be the most effective way. So we'll schedule you. When are you free? Within the next 3 days.
I make a sweeping gesture of, I don't know.
All right, we'll make it a surprise then.
Oh no,
She's
that's even
just
worse.
gonna fill up the form details and then she passes it back to him. Then she
She
gets up.
takes it. All right.
Well, this is going to be terrifying. Thank you, gentlemen. And then she goes to the teleporter machine thingy and she's like, okay, let's leave this place.
I feel like imagine like one day random hour, someone is gonna push
Surprise,
Uhura
bitch!
push Uhura off the board and then cast Featherfall on her.
We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, so I don't think there's anything else, so we'll end today's session.
Okay.
Okay. We'll see you guys next week.
Three.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.